Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Shockies. Please welcome your co-hosts, Chase and John.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever event hosted by yours truly, the Shockies. Now, what do we do here on the Shockies?
We talk about stuff. Talk about things.
And things.
You know what else we talk about? Stuff and things.
Whoa.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Correct.
So we have comprised a list of different topics spanning 2019.
So it's a list of many lists.
It is a list of many lists, yes, correct. Where we have picked our top 3, top 5 sometime, or mostly top 10, I believe, lists. And some of them may appeal to you, most of them may not.
But they should.
They should. This is something that I only want to say once, because I hate it when everyone else says this. Keep in mind that these are our opinions, and that you should not be offended by our opinions if our lists do not meet yours.
It's the internet. They're going to be offended either way.
Man, come on, internet. Anyway, so, I guess we can get started.
Let's get started.
With our first category, which
Yes.
I do believe is our top 3 video games that we have played in 2019. So the way that this works is that these are not video games that have come out in 2019. They can be if they meet your list, but they just have to be video games that we have played in 2019. So would you like to kick things off?
I'll kick it off with number 3.
Number 3. All right.
3. Oh, I only have 2 games on mine.
Oh.
Let me add a number 3 to this.
All right.
At number 3, I'm going to say Super Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo.
Awesome.
Haven't played it since I was a kid. Finally played it. And that's what's up.
All right. Awesome. And my number 3 pick would have to be Halo the Master Chief Collection.
All right.
For no real game in particular, if I had to pick, it would be between Halo Reach, which was just recently added, and Halo 2 Anniversary, just because Halo 2 is my favorite Halo of all time. Cannot dispute it. And
It's undisputed.
anyway, so yeah, so that was my number 3 pick as Halo Master Chief Collection.
Number 2, going with the game I've been wanting to play for a while on the PS4, called Yakuza Kiwami. I thought it was just going to be a Grand Theft Auto clone. It wasn't even close to that. Disappointed at first, but then I started to really like it. It was awesome.
Awesome.
And I thought the everything in Japanese was going to turn me off from it, but no, it made it even better. And yeah, it was good.
Awesome. All right, and then for my number 2, I have Star Wars Battlefront 4. Wait, I'm sorry. I mean Battlefront 2 EA edition.
Loot box.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I think that the game is awesome. Its mechanics are great. It's just, it really brings back, all these different traits that the original Battlefront 2 had, and especially with all these additions that they are adding, as all these new game types and all that, really expand, great playability with your friends and all that. And yeah, so I definitely think that Battlefront 2 is one of my best games played this year.
And my number one game of the year for me, game I've never played in my life, series I've never played in my life, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Never played it before, always wanted to, but it's like $1 million to get a physical copy of it. I think it was free on Games with Gold this year, so I downloaded it and I played it a lot, and I enjoyed it very much.
Awesome. And then for my number 1, this is a game that I 100%ed this year, that I got all the achievements for.
Untitled Goose Game?
No. We have, ladies and gentlemen, Rocksteady Games, Batman Arkham Knight. because that game is one of my favorite games of all time, hands down.
It's a lot of hate, but it's really good.
It does get a lot of hate, but the mechanics of it are on top of its game. It was way ahead of its time. It was way ahead of its time when it came out in 2015 with the graphics of it and just the combat system and the stealth system were just way ahead of any other game. And it continues to impress me even to this day.
There we go.
There we have it.
Video games!
That's our video game category.
Yay!
Now, on to our next one. This, and I think basically every other one, applies to the world of wrestling.
No way.
No.
We don't like wrestling.
We hate wrestling.
Never.
Are you kidding me?
Never been to a wrestling show.
Whoever likes wrestling is a mark. And so we have our favorite pay-per-view of 2019. Now this can apply to any pay-per-view of any company or any network special or anything like that. It could be Ring of Honor, New Japan, WWE, AEW, TNA, all of them.
NWA.
NWA.
Wu-Tang Clan. Public Enemy. Oh, whoops. Not that NWA.
No, not that one. Sorry.
Anyway.
Awkward. Should I start off?
Yeah.
All right. So, my number one favorite pay-per-view of 2019 is Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Supercard.
Jay White.
Yes. But
he lost in that
He did
show.
lose in that one, exactly. So, reason being that this is my favorite pay-per-view of the year is just because it had the perfect collective of all these great rosters and all these great talents and all these matches that were just back-to-back show-stealing matches. And, yeah, really have no match on that show that I can complain about. So,
Fair.
there we go.
Well, my number one, I had to go with the NXT TakeOver 25.
Ooh.
There was a lot of good matches on that show. They were all pretty good. Honestly, I already forgot what matches were even on that show. I think it was Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong,
Yes,
right?
that was
the main reason I put that at number one, because that was one of my matches of the year,
Right.
I think. Yes.
For later on,
Yes, for later. Yeah, amazing show. I think Gargano Cole?
That was two?
That was
Gargano Cole 2?
Yeah, that was really good.
Woman Cole 1?
Yes, there was that. It was just a really good show that didn't seem to have much hype behind it.
No.
I went in with zero expectations, and I was marking out all night, man.
Same, and I think that was the one that I watched like really late at night because I had just gotten home from one of my plays that
I think I was at that play.
Maybe, yeah. And so I get home and I'm like, oh shoot, TakeOver's on, gotta watch it. So,
Yep.
there's that.
Riddle versus Strong, though, was...
Riddle versus Strong was awesome. At first when I watched it, I kind of had to skip through it because it was like really late at night and it was the opener, so it's like, you know, you don't really set high expectations for the opener. But I was definitely proven wrong by that, and I went back and watched it and very much enjoyed it.
There we go. Wrestling can be fun.
It can be. Really can. Then, for our next category, we have the top 3 most improved wrestlers of 2019.
My list is going to get some hate.
Uh-oh. That's all right. Mine probably will, too.
My number 3, I went with Bronson Reed. Currently in NXT. Used to be Jonah Rock on the Indies. Every time I saw his name, Jonah Rock, pop up on a PWG DVD, that rhymed, I just was like, oh boy, a Jonah Rock match. Yeah. And now in NXT, he's awesome, and I just like watching the thick boy do his stuff.
Awesome.
And he's just good now.
Good.
I mean, he's always been good, but he's finally found his stride.
All right. Yeah, my list will probably get some hate, too. I might get called a mark. I might get called a lot of things.
A lot of things.
I'm all right with all those things. So, at my number 3, I have Shawn Spears. Formerly WWE's Ty Dillinger, the Perfect 10. Honestly, on the main roster of WWE, he was very, very limited to what he could do, as he was a jobber. He really could not do anything. He could hardly get any TV time. The only time he did in 2019 was with R-Truth, when he was having stuff with Carmella and all that, when that first started. And so then, you know, he got released and all that, went to AEW, and really, as you said, for Jonah Rock, really found his stride. Because he has done incredible things in AEW, such as the chair shot to Cody, immediately got infamy in the wrestling world.
Yes.
Can do amazing promos that I never thought he could even do, like, period, because all I'd seen is his stuff in NXT when he'd do great stuff there. And so that was just taken to the next level. And so, yeah, I love his stuff and how he's with Tully Blanchard and their little duo that they have going on. And so, yeah, Shawn Spears is my number 3 most improved of 2019.
All right. My number 2, this is going to be a little edgy, I think.
Uh-oh.
I went with John Moxley. Yeah.
All right.
When he was Dean Ambrose, he was good. He had some great matches with a lot of people.
Right.
I felt when he finally left the Fed, WWE, New Japan, or he went to New Japan, did AEW, he's really kind of found himself. He's a lot more enjoyable now. It's fun to watch. He doesn't seem to...
Doing his stuff that he wants to do.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. My number 2. Again, this might get a little bit of heat for it. My number 2 is Bullet Club member Chase Owens. There's that heat right there. His stuff in the G1, a part of C Block, was incredibly entertaining. Because beforehand, when he was doing his tag team stuff with Yujiro and all that, I was thoroughly disentertained. That was the only stuff that I skipped, like, pretty much.
Because of Chase Owens.
Yeah, and Yujiro. And so then when I started to see, when they moved on to their 6-man tag stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. They actually were doing lots of entertaining stuff because it's just this dynamic that Owens has with guys like Fale and them. They just really... Stop that. They really do play off of each other. Their personalities really go well together.
They're on the same level.
Yeah. And so they really do, I think, bring out the best in each other. And so, yeah, Owens has had lots of great matches, especially in ROH also. And he had a triple threat TV title match, I think, with, who was it? Shane Taylor and... I can't remember who the third person in that match was. But yeah, that was like an awesome match for an ROH show that they had. And yeah, so Chase Owens, definitely one of my most improved of the years. Actually, I'm entertained by the matches. So.
My number 1.
Number 1.
Keith Lee. Keith Lee. Kind of same as Bronson Reed. Never cared for him before NXT. He started to grow on me near the end of his indie run, but he never really captivated me. Now that he's in NXT and finally like a star, he's showing what he can do. He's entertaining. He's not just like, I'm a big guy and I can do all this high-flying stuff. He's just fun to watch. That's really all I got. He's just...
All right.
Awesome.
Awesome.
He's just awesome.
That's great. Yeah, I was actually considering putting Lee on my list, but it's like, I don't know if I can use that stuff with his, like, indie matches to see if he's really improved or if he's already, like, had that.
Same with Dominic Dijakovic.
Yes.
They've both blown up.
All right. And my last pick. Again, I am such a mark.
I know who it is.
I'm the biggest mark of this person that anyone will ever meet. It is the Switchblade, Jay White. So, at the end of 2018, Jay White joined the Bullet Club. And at first, when that was going on, I was like, okay, so Jay White's just a new member of the Bullet Club, whatever, right? 2019 hits, you have Wrestle Kingdom, where he beats Okada clean. Where beforehand in 2018 and all that, you wouldn't really expect that. And the match was like, 10 to 14 minutes? So kind of a lower standard of a New Japan length. And he beat Okada, their top guy, like their John Cena and their Randy Orton clean.
Was that Wrestle Kingdom?
That was Wrestle Kingdom.
That was a good match.
That was a good match. Yeah, and being that Jay White won with no real Gato interference, no dirty moves or anything like that, he beat him clean, is super incredible. And then went on a month later to win the world title, which was awesome. That was probably one of my top moments of 2019, period.
Oh, it was.
And then just had a pretty good run with that, and of course, lost it to Okada and whatnot at G1 Supercard. And then now is the current Intercontinental Champion, which is super awesome. Jay's just had a really escalating year, and he's just gotten better and better and better with matches and promos and all that. Don't even get me started on his promos. Kept some of the best ones. So, yeah, so Jay White is my number 1 most improved of the year. And with that, now we move on to our top 3 best wrestling shows we have attended of 2019.
Ooh, man. I did 5.
You did 5?
Let me narrow it down.
Okay.
But you can go first.
All right, I will go first. I actually made a last-minute change on this one because I had to think about it. So, I knew I had to pick one of our local indie shows without a cause, just because those shows are fantastic, and I feel like if I left them out, of a best live attended show, that would not be acceptable.
No.
So I went back, you know, in my mind and just kind of played through each of these shows. Originally, I had it at WAC Year 1, which I think is their second most recent show, I believe.
Yes.
But I had to change it to WAC Rated E.
Yes.
Because that show was top to bottom filled with incredible matches that were all Match of the Year contenders.
Makabe.
Yes, Makabe and Zachary Cooper was a fantastic match.
It was pretty good.
I think a match that, in a sense, rivals that of Walter and Tyler Bate.
Yeah.
In how good of a match it was.
I want to see Zach versus Walter.
That would be fantastic.
Yes.
And so, yeah, there's WAC Rated E as my number 3 pick for show of the top 3 live show that we attended. So.
All right. This is really hard because I've been to a lot of shows this year.
That's true.
I had to pick. It's between 2 and 3. They're interchangeable. The 3, I'm just going to say Defy Wrestle Summit Night 2 that we went to within the last month. That show was pretty much amazing. Mm-hmm. Cody Chun versus Jake Atlas. Mm-hmm. If that's not a match of the year for anybody, then you're dumb. That was really
Again,
good.
our opinion.
No, that is the opinion that people need to follow. Well, God, I don't even remember. ELP?
ELP?
I mean, just everything about that was amazing.
I met him too.
It was just a really good show, beginning to end. There was maybe like one match that was good, but it was like, okay, compared to the rest of the matches, it was just,
right.
It was just a really fun show.
Right.
The opening match was even good.
Yeah.
Take your horse to the hotel room. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, that was my number 3.
All right. My number 2, following yours, is in fact Wrestle Summit 2.
What up?
And basically, I'll just run through it. Same reason as this guy. I met El Phantasmo there, and that definitely made my year because...
Pick it up.
Pick it up.
He gave it to me.
You did give it to me.
He gave me a sticker, didn't throw it on the ground.
No, he threw
We're
it on the
bros.
ground. I think we're bros too, because I got a picture with him. So, so yeah, there we have it. Wrestle Summit 2, my number 2 pick.
All right. My number 2, honestly, it's 2 shows combined.
Okay.
Had to cheat. Defy, Super, 8X, GP, Night 1 and Night 2. Honestly, I'm blanking on all the matches on it. There was just so much good stuff. War Beast versus LA, the Los Parka guys. Matt Cross was there, Artem Spencer was there, Christopher Daniels was there. There was just so many good matches. I think, yeah, Joey Janela versus Tama Tonga happened on Night 2.
Oh, wow.
It ended with no contest. But Joey Janela came out drinking White Claw and did the Sandman's entrance to enter Sandman. He walked around the entire building. It was just a fun couple of nights. And yeah, it was a good show.
That is awesome.
Shows.
And my number 1. I feel like this might be your number 1 too.
I think we should just say our number 1s at the same time.
All right.
Okay.
I think we should.
Okay.
All right. On the count of 3, it's like
Ready?
1, 2, 3, shoot. All right.
Wait. I gotta think about this.
You already know it.
Okay.
You already
I'm
know
ready.
what it is.
Oh, I'm ready.
All right.
Ready. So 1, 2, 3, go?
Yes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Super J
WWE
Cup.
Stomping Grounds.
What?
WWE Stomping Grounds.
Oh.
Joking. Super J Cup.
Super J Cup
Super J
in
Cup.
Tacoma. That counts for both of us.
Yes.
What a show.
Yes.
Honestly, I think for you, there might have been some matches, like maybe Taguchi's match and all that. Like, were you even there for Taguchi's match, or did you
I
like...
think I went to get water during that
yeah,
match.
okay. So, yeah.
It was in the middle of summer.
Right.
The
So,
only reason.
yeah. And so, every single match for me, every single match, cannot say that, like, a single match on that show was a lower standard than each other. Because they all, like, were back to back to back to back to back, all matches of the night.
Osprey versus Amazing Red.
Osprey versus Amazing Red, without a doubt. One of... Can't even put into words how great that match was. I really can't. Just because it might show up later on my list.
Eagles
so.
Phantasma.
Eagles Phantasma was so awesome.
JP versus Clark Connors?
Was also, like...
That was really good.
surprisingly fantastic. I got to see Jushin Thunder Liger for the first time on his retirement tour, so that definitely amps it up also. Yeah, so can't even put into words how incredible that show was.
You just put it into words.
Further on.
Okay.
Further on. Okay. Can't dispute it.
No.
That's undisputed. And so, with that, we move on to our next category, which is the top 10 wrestlers of 2019.
My number 10 honestly is kind of a joke, but it's mainly because he's just awesome and entertaining. Wrestling is entertaining. My number 10, Orange Cassidy.
Awesome.
He's just fun to watch.
My number 10, just because this is one of his best years I think I've seen him personally, Chris Jericho.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. My number 9, he needs to go up higher now after this week, but Angel Garza. Ooh. I barely knew him before. I knew he was an Impact, but now he's like one of my favorites.
Right, mine too.
He's awesome.
My number 9 is Ricochet, because when he joined with NXT, I just kind of knew who he was, and then, goes to the main roster 2019 and has some fantastic matches with Aleister Black when they were in the Dusty Classic, and then had some awesome singles matches as well, and he won the United States Championship within the first few months of him debuting on the main roster. Incredible matches with AJ Styles and onward and forward, and so yeah, Ricochet is my number 9.
Number 8, I'm going with Peter Dunne. Pete Dunne. Hasn't had that great of a year compared to the last couple of years. His match with Adam Cole at Survivor Series was pretty good, pretty amazing. Yeah, he's just always going to be one of my favorites. He'll always make the list.
Awesome. Unfortunately, he did not make mine, spoiler alert.
No.
But my number 8 is Undisputed Era member Roderick Strong.
Wow. Okay.
I've actually had to switch a whole bunch of people around a lot. I think Roddy was at number 9 before, and then he got switched a few times. But yeah, Roddy has just been raising the bar each time I see him. When the first time I saw him was when we in person at the NXT live show with Bobby Roode.
Yes, that was good.
That was for me probably my match of the year right there for 2017. But yeah, I think Roddy, his match with Riddle, for example, at TakeOver 25, and just all this stuff with Kyle O'Reilly when they were doing the tags and whatnot, and then just all the single stuff, winning the North American title. I think that just, that says a lot for having a great year.
All right. My number 7, I'm sure he's a lot higher on your list, El Phantasmo.
Oh, boy.
I didn't know of him before 2019, and I am a giant mark now. That's all I got for him. He's just fun to watch.
I think I'm about as a mark of LP as I am of Jay White, maybe. But, surprisingly, this might actually surprise people. My number 7, wait, is it 7? Right?
Yes.
My number 7 is the phenomenal AJ Styles. I think 2018 was probably his better year of most recent times. But he has had a fantastic, dare I say phenomenal, year up to this point, winning the U.S. title for, was it the 3rd time, I think? And just having awesome matches with Randy at WrestleMania, having stuff with Ricochet, as I mentioned with Ricochet earlier, and just his stuff with the OC is super entertaining. Absolutely love all of it. And so yeah, AJ Styles is my number 7.
Number 6 for me, Matt Riddle. Kind of similar with Keith Lee and Bronson Reed before NXT. I enjoyed him, but something didn't really click. I feel like when he went to NXT, he's just gone crazy, and he's found his stride, and every match he's in, I enjoy. Bro. He's just awesome.
Yeah. And this might surprise you, but my number 6 is El Phantasmo.
Wow.
Yeah. As you said before, LP, I think I did learn of him in 2019, joining the Bullet Club and whatnot, and thought he had an amazing first start. His first match with Will Ospreay was incredible, and just his stuff, in Best of the Super Juniors and the Super J Cup, and just all these other things that he's done, with Bullet Club aside, with Ishimori winning the tag belts and being the undisputed British Cruiserweight champion. It's fantastic. Fantastic. So yeah, and he's won a bunch of those tournaments that he was in, like Super J. So
Sure has.
there you go.
Number 5, and this is to keep this short because I already covered it in 3 Most Improved, Jon Moxley. He's had a great year.
Boom. My 5, surprisingly concurrent with Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega. Initially, I actually didn't have Omega on this list.
He's not even on my list.
And then I thought about it. I was like, wow, Omega's not on my list. So I made a few changes here and there, and Omega is on the list. I think Kenny, even though I would argue that 2018, like with AJ, was probably his better year from being in New Japan and all that, his stuff in AEW has just been fantastic. His match at Wrestle Kingdom with Tanahashi was incredible. And his match most recently with Jon Moxley, the Full Gear Lights Out match was just unbelievable. And so, yeah, there we have it. Kenny Omega at my number 5.
Number 4, you basically covered everything I wanted to say. AJ Styles.
Boom.
He's had a great year.
Yeah.
Same as Moxley, just had a great year.
Right.
Sorry.
My number 4, right,
Yes.
is Angel Garza.
Hey.
And
rip off the pants.
Rip off the pants. Oh my gosh. I cannot even put into words how awesome I think Angel Garza is. Like, immediately when I first saw him, I'm like, holy crap, this guy is the future.
He is.
Like, without a doubt.
I'm sure he is.
The future is now. Now the Cruiserweight champion. He's had, like, killer match after killer match after killer match with Swerve, with Lio Rush, and just, like, top to bottom, he's never had a match that's let me down in any way.
Basically.
And yeah, it's just his charisma is out of this world. He, I don't know, I think I somehow make his, like, connection with Eddie in a little way, just because he's that, like, really, what's the word, like, collected, like, cool, calm, collected. He's very, I guess, tranquilo in his stuff, but, like, when he, when he needs to, do his stuff, he does his stuff.
He does stuff.
He does stuff.
He sure does.
Yeah.
Top 3.
Top 3.
Here we go. Top 3. I don't really follow New Japan much anymore, but I went with Will Ospreay. He went from flippy guy who's just doing flips and flips and flips and flips to he's just an all-around good wrestler now. His match with Okada this year it was the G1, right?
Yes.
Was freaking insane. His match with Amazing Red that we saw in person was amazing.
Yep.
Amazing Red.
Ah!
He's just had a very great year.
Yes.
I want to follow more of his stuff, but there's too much wrestling to watch, especially when you factor in New Japan, who have a show 5 million times a week.
Yeah.
But he's just had a great year.
Yes, he really has. My number 3 is, I've already had him on this list before, or not on this list, but on a different list.
He made it twice.
He has made it twice. We have Jay White at my 3. And as it's a lot of stuff I covered before with his Most Improved, he beat Okada, won the IWGP title, won the Intercontinental title. He's probably going to win both. So, yeah, I hope so. But yeah, Jay White, without a doubt, is my favorite in New Japan, one of my favorites of all time. And there we have it, Jay White.
Number 2, for me, this is like complete opposite from your list.
Okay.
Chris Jericho.
Wow.
He's how old? He's in his 40s or 50s?
49?
Oh, almost in his 50s.
Yeah,
he's
as good as 50.
doing some of his best work he's ever done.
Yeah.
He's just reinventing himself. He gets everything over. A little bit of the bubbly.
I'm going to have a little bit of bubbly. I'm feeling a little dehydrated. That's all we got.
You're going to feel more dehydrated. Anyways, Chris Jericho, he's just once again reinvented himself. He does it every time he goes somewhere new or comes back. He's just awesome.
He really is awesome.
He's killed it.
My number 2 is none other than Adam Cole, baby. Because I believe Adam Cole has had one of the best years out of anybody.
Basically.
He goes in, has incredible matches with Johnny Gargano. Hands down, incredible. Yeah, just all of his matches with Gargano, his match with Pete Dunne.
With a broken hand.
With a broken hand. Like this, give this man a break. Because...
he got a break.
He did get a break. But, I mean, in terms of working, give him a break because Raw, SmackDown, or Raw, NXT, SmackDown, TakeOver, Survivor Series, just back to back to back to back to back, always on the move, and he never stops, and that is a lot to say for the kind of competitor that he is, the kind of worker he is. So
that's a lot to say for Adam Cole, baby.
All right.
God, that's stupid. Anyways,
Number one.
My number one's Adam Cole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Everything you just said, I will reflect.
Okay.
He's just awesome. Give him a break. An actual break from work.
Yes.
He needs to relax.
He does.
But yes, Adam Cole's my numero uno.
My number one. I don't even need. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna gotta take a look at these.
I know who it is.
Gotta take a look. Okay.
I know exactly who it is.
I can't see in these. Okay, so my number one is New Japan's own
Toru Yano.
Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay for me has been the breakout star of the year. He has done so many things back to back. I keep saying back to back because it's true. Like, he does the G1. He does the Super J. He does Best of Super Juniors. He does all these tournaments. He does all these matches that are just 5 stars after 5 stars after 5 stars. Like you said before, his match with Okada in the G1. His match with Amazing Red at Super J, which is, again, save that for later.
Didn't he fight Ibushi at Wrestle Kingdom?
Ibushi at Wrestle Kingdom,
where he murdered him?
Yeah, and again, and he had the incredible match with Jeff Cobb at the G1 Supercard when they had that unification of the titles match.
I think he fought Bad Luck Fale at some point.
He did in the G1. Yeah, so it's just Will Ospreay's just had an incredible 2019, and he's the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion.
Okay.
So there we have it.
That's all you really need.
Yeah, exactly. Top 10 wrestlers of the year.
Boom.